Now on to the Sussexes, and Omid Scobie's new book Endgame is due to be released on the 28th of November. While it appears to be the rehashing of old allegations, it's now alleged that two royals made remarks about Archie's potential skin colour. Is that right, Esther?
Well, this is according to Omid Scobie, who has effectively got his meal ticket. He's someone who's reported on the royal family for decades, but now his alleged proximity with the Sussexes and having written their autobiography has meant that he seems to have an inside knowledge into what happened between the Sussexes and members of the royal family, at least from the Sussexes' perspective. At the end of the day, the issue of who commented on what the potential skin color of Archie would look like has not really gone down very well with the British public. Particularly in my case, I mean, if I had a child with someone who was not black, my family with impunity would probably place bets on the skin color of that child. I do think that there's an element of bad faith in terms of their interaction that this alleged kind of situation happened under. I don't think that it screams of racism to be curious about what the child of a biracial couple would look like. I don't even think that's particularly that interesting. I mean, when I saw Meghan Markle, I thought she was Puerto Rican. So I find it very curious that it's somehow now racist to assume what someone's child would look like. I also think there is a bit of unfair judgment going on here. I mean, Meghan Markle's mother, it wasn't an interracial relationship when she did have Meghan Markle, and I don't think members of her family would be accused of being racist for wondering what Meghan would have looked like when she was born. But obviously, we have to remember that Omid Scobie this is not an official sanctioned autobiography from the Sussexes. This is just something that Omid Scobie has written, given his proximity to the Sussexes, and apparently they're friends. This is something that's very much from his perspective. So we have to treat it with a grain of salt. We can't take it as the truth. And, it's very clear that he is benefiting, he's profiting a lot from his relationship with the Sussexes. I mean, a lot of the revelations from this book have been headline news here in Britain. So clearly there is money to be made. But if we're going to treat what he is saying as gospel and say that actually was more than one member of the royal family that was speculating about the colour of Meghan and Harry's child, I do think that there's an element of bad faith, and I don't think it screams of racism like the Sussexes at least would think it does.